So there's three people, it's not me alone. My father, my brother, they're in the next offices right now. So they're also part of the Bidco story. So we're family owned, three of us, and we own it, but we are professionally run. So we have migrated from starting off as a family run, family owned business and doing a lot of things ourselves to now more and more professionally run. And we will continue this journey. As we expand across countries, across regions, we will be expanding our capacity too. So we just can't do it with two brothers and a father. We've got to say, fine, let's bring in more management and of course empower more management teams. And soon we will actually be announcing those things too, where we actually expand into many other areas, many other adjacencies, and we actually put in more leadership teams. So that's one thing. But I think it's been important to look at, I look after tomorrow, my brother looks after today, and my father is the icon. The name Bidco comes from him. His name is BD Shah. So that name comes from him. So he's that icon who keeps us all together. And I think that's been a good teamwork for us. We don't have conflicts. We don't have conflict of interest or conflict of doing anything separate. We do things jointly together. So there's no infighting about what happens, what doesn't happen, and you know, the whole succession planning problems that a lot of people have these days. We don't have those issues. Having achieved what we have achieved, I think it's due to quite a few factors. First of all, having a clarity on our goal of where we want to go. It's defined, it's a SMART goal, it's specific. It's measurable, it's achievable, it's realistic, and it's time bound. Clarity there is important. Knowing the what is important, and then the how-tos. So for the how-tos of how to get there, we've clearly defined the area we will operate in. As Bidco Africa, as Bidco in the whole of continent of Africa, we're looking at FMCG, fast-moving consumer goods, and therefore that defines the curbs on the road. The curbs on the road are what we will do and what we will not do. So having that clarity and then having that clear focus of where we want to go by within what time has helped us get to the building blocks. Now, one is our systems, second is our processes, third is the way we do things, right? The manner in which we do it. We want to make it sustainable also. So systems, we actually go for world-class systems, whether it be IT systems, whether it's in processes or it's in factories. We buy capital equipment once, we buy the quality, we buy what is world-class. Then comes in your processes. So we employ processes which actually have the goal of Kaizen inbuilt. So challenging the status quo all the time is an important attribute for what we do. In our decision making, if the status quo we're comfortable and say fine, we are okay, we will become complacent. So we actually make sure we become uncomfortable with status quo and then say fine, clear. A vision for the future and an action plan. So systems, processes, people. We don't like anybody who has to come to work. If you have to come to work, it's a bother, it's work. When you wish to come to work, it's so easy. And that's the way the passion lies, and that's what we look at in terms of our people. And people who want to do things, who wish to do things and say, fine, let me make it a better day tomorrow. Looking forward towards next generation practices, which means not just looking at what is the best practice in the world. Looking at best practices, but from there, bringing in and making next practices for us going forward. Alongside this, I think important thing is look at what's the worst case scenario in decision making, look at the best case scenario, and then take a decision. We need to be comfortable with the worst case scenario. It helps so much in decision making. Once you're comfortable with worst case scenario, whatever is going to happen is for the better, and that's what we make happen.
Yeah.